There is a place beyond the stars, beyond galaxies, where time itself forgets to move. Where silence is so deep, it echoes, where light was born, but never aged. Have you ever wondered if time can die? The birth of time. Before there was anything, there was nothing. No stars, no space, no silence. Because even silence needs time to exist, and time had not yet begun. Then, suddenly, something. Not a sound, but a becoming. Not a spark, but a burst. The Big Bang. A moment so dense, so brilliant, so immeasurable. It wasn't an explosion in space. It was the birth of space itself. From this moment, time took its first breath. Before that instant, the words before or after held no meaning. There was no ticking clock, no shadow of motion, just potential, like a held breath in a room with no air. Time did not begin in something. Time is that beginning. Imagine an ocean that pours out of nothingness. But instead of water, it flows with seconds, minutes, centuries. This is time. It stretches outward, pulling galaxies into motion, dragging stars behind it like sparks from a divine fire. Space, born alongside it, expands like a lung inhaling for the very first time. From that single point, smaller than an atom, came everything that would ever be. The songs of birds, the smell of rain, your heartbeat, my voice, all of it, embedded in that first instant. In that singular moment, the clock began ticking. But here's the question. Did time start for us? Or are we the ones who started noticing it? Was it born for galaxies to drift apart, or for lovers to hold hands beneath starlight? Time began. But perhaps it was always waiting. Time as a living thing. Time does not tick like a machine. It breathes, it bends, it listens. We imagine time as a straight line, but in truth it stretches like skin around gravity. Near a black hole, time slows to a crawl. Near the speed of light, it melts like wax in the sun. Time is not rigid. It is soft, sensitive, responsive, a living thread, stitched through space. Einstein showed us. Space and time are not two things. They are one, woven like strands of a cosmic braid. You bend space, time must follow. You move faster, time holds its breath. So what is time really? A map, a river, or a pulse in the chest of the universe? Imagine two clocks, one on Earth, one on a satellite. After just a few hours, they disagree. Not because one is broken, but because one felt gravity less. Time reacts, time feels. It's not just passing you by. It's watching, waiting, curving its path depending on where you stand, how fast you move, how deep your thoughts go. And here's the strangest truth of all. Your perception of time isn't fixed. Minutes fly when you're laughing. They drag. When you're grieving, time outside you may tick evenly, but the time within you, it dances. So what is the real time? The one on your watch, or the one in your chest? If time can stretch, if it can slow and warp, if it behaves differently for each of us, then perhaps time is not a measure of the universe. Perhaps it is the universe, not something you move through, but something that moves through you. So, next time you feel a moment pass, don't just count it, feel it, because time might just be alive. The Traveler's Dilemma. She left Earth with a mission, not of conquest, but of curiosity. A lone traveler in a ship of glass and fire, slicing through space at the edge of light. Her heartbeat slow, her thoughts stretched, like silk in zero gravity. To her, days passed like whispers, stars blurred into glowing rivers, planets danced below her, silent and distant. But back home, Earth spun faster. For every minute she lived, the world aged years. Children she kissed on the forehead, Now old men telling stories. Forests she once walked through. Now ashes beneath glass towers. Laughter she remembered. Now nothing more than static in forgotten recordings. This is not fantasy. This is physics. Einstein's great paradox. Travel close to light speed, and you outrun time itself. The traveler has not changed, but the world has. By leaving, she stepped outside the clock, and when she returned, she didn't come home. She came to the future. She walks the streets like a ghost, unaged, but out of place. She looks into faces searching for familiarity, and finds only echoes. Was it worth it? That's the dilemma. To see the stars, to dance with galaxies, to feel what no one has felt, but lose everything you left behind. She touched the truth, but paid in years. This is what time does. It gives, and it takes. It is not cruel, but it is never still. And so the traveler stands beneath a sky she no longer knows, whispering to constellations that no longer recognize her. She asks the question not found in textbooks. Is knowledge worth the loneliness it brings? Because in chasing the cosmos, she did not just leave home, she left her time. The silent watchers. They do not move, they do not speak, but they are always watching. Black holes, the universe's oldest secrets, and its deepest silences. They are not monsters. They are memories, the collapsed remains of once living stars, giants that burned bright and then folded inward until their own gravity swallowed them whole. What remains is not death. It's something stranger, a point of no return. The event horizon, cross it, and you vanish, but not instantly, not from every eye. From your view, you fall. Deeper and deeper, time stretches until it tears. But to an observer watching from far away, you freeze, caught forever on the edge, like a photograph trapped in a mirror. That's the paradox. You are falling, but never arriving. Time, as we know it, begins to fracture. Some scientists believe that inside a black hole, all of time may exist at once. Past, present, future, tangled like threads in a dark cosmic knot. Others whisper that a black hole is not the end, but a beginning, a portal, a passage, a doorway to a different universe altogether. If you could survive the fall, if your atoms could endure the crushing gravity, what would you find? A mirror image of our own world, a place where time flows backwards, or perhaps a realm where time has no meaning at all. We don't know. We can't know, because black holes do not give back what they take, not light, not matter, not truth. And yet, they shape galaxies. They hold the universe together like pins in a map. They are the silent architects of the cosmos. So the next time you look at the night sky, remember, somewhere out there, there are ancient watchers, listening, remembering, holding stories too heavy for light to carry. And if you listen closely, you might just hear them breathing through the silence. The edge of time. Everything ends, even time. Right now, the universe is expanding, galaxies fleeing from one another, like embers drifting apart from a dying fire. But this dance won't last forever. One day, the stars will burn their last breath. Their light, so full of story, will flicker and die. Galaxies will grow cold, planets will freeze. Even black holes will evaporate, leaving behind silence deeper than silence. This is the heat death. The final exhale, a future where nothing moves, nothing changes, and without motion, time stops. Imagine a universe so quiet, you could scream for 1,000 years and not hear even an echo, because there would be no air, no walls, no listener, just darkness. A single atom, drifting alone in a sea of nothing. It doesn't know it's the last, It doesn't know it's anything. This is the edge of time, not a wall you can touch, not a clock striking midnight, but a slow fading, like breath on glass, a candle flickering in a room no one remembers. And here's the strangest thought. Will time know when it ends? Or will it just forget to exist? Will the final second realize it's alone? Will it pause? Will it cry? Or will it fade softly, gently, as if it were never real at all? Some believe this is the ultimate end. Others believe it is a reset, that from this stillness, a new spark might rise, a new breath, a new time. But even then, in that silence, in that darkness, something remains. The memory of motion, the whisper of what once was, the shadow of time itself. You in the vastness, amidst all this, billions of galaxies, trillions of stars, uncountable atoms. There is you, made of stardust, you who breathes in time and dreams in gravity, you who loves, who fears, who wonders. Do I matter? The answer is both simple and infinite. Yes, but not because you're big, because you're aware. You are the only part of the universe that looks back at itself, that asks questions, that writes poetry, that weeps at the sunset and laughs under the moon. In a cosmos so vast it forgets its own edges. You remember birthdays, you whisper names, you hold hands. Do you realize how rare that is? You exist in a sliver of time, a tiny blink between the birth and death of stars. And yet, in that blink, you carry thoughts the stars never could. You imagine gods. You create music. You love someone enough to hurt when they're gone. No nebula can feel sorrow. No supernova ever wrote a song. But you did. You, a speck, a moment, a spark in the long breath of time. You are not separate from the universe. You are the universe, experiencing itself just once, as you. In the vastness, you may feel small. But remember, even the smallest star can pierce the darkness. Even the briefest life can echo through eternity. So when you look at the night sky, don't just see stars. See family, see origin, see home. And know this, time began so that you could arrive. The stars burned so you could see. The universe expanded, just far enough to make room for your story. So live, feel deeply, love fearlessly, and never forget, in all this infinity, there has never been, and never will be, another you. You are not lost in the universe. You are the universe remembering itself, the inner universe. We've traveled across galaxies, touched the edge of time, peered into black holes, and returned from the silence. But there's one universe we haven't yet explored, one more vast, more mysterious, more infinite than all the stars combined, the universe within you. Close your eyes. Listen, not to the world outside, but to the one breathing beneath your skin. There are galaxies in your mind, neural storms more complex than any constellation. Your thoughts move faster than light. Your emotions burn hotter than any sun. When you dream, you fold time. When you remember, you bend space. You live in moments that no clock can measure. Your memories are your galaxies, your hopes, your dark matter, the love you've given, your expanding stars, the fears you hide. They are black holes too, but they do not destroy you. They teach you where light ends and where courage begins. In every heartbeat, there's a rhythm that echoes back to the first moment, when the universe was born. You are made of carbon, of iron, of ancient molecules that once lived inside, stars, and now those stars think and feel through you. You are not simply in the universe. You are an unfolding of it, a poem written by stardust, a question asked by time itself. There are depths in you that no telescope can reach. There are galaxies of silence inside your grief, and constellations of meaning in your joy. So take a breath, feel it. You are a universe, experiencing itself from the inside. Not through data, but through emotion. Not through measurement, but through meaning. And maybe, just maybe, the final frontier isn't out there in the stars, but in here, in the quiet places of your heart, in the stillness behind your thoughts, in the truth you carry when no one's watching. The cosmos is vast, but so are you, and the journey never ends, because the universe lives within the loop of time. We've always imagined time as a line, past behind us, future ahead, a straight path, from birth to death, from beginning to end. But what if that's wrong? What if time is not a line, but a circle, a loop, where endings become beginnings, and every story is destined to repeat? Science has hints, in quantum loops, in the fabric of space-time, in the hum of particles that never really rest. Some physicists whisper about the Big Bounce, the idea that the universe didn't begin, it restarted, that before this cosmos, there was another, and before that, another still, like breaths in a sleeping giant, expand, collapse, silence, boom, again and again, forever. And if that's true, then perhaps we've lived this exact moment 1,000 times before. Perhaps right now, you're not hearing this for the first time, but remembering. Maybe déjà vu isn't confusion. Maybe it's echo. Maybe every tear you've cried, every hand you've held, every goodbye, every first kiss has happened before, will happen again. And in that loop, nothing is ever truly lost. Not time, not love, not you. But there's a mystery even deeper. If everything repeats, then why do we still feel it so deeply? Why does a goodbye still ache? Why does a sunrise still amaze us, as if it's brand new? Maybe that's the gift of the loop, not to trap us, but to remind us that even if the story repeats, we can live it differently, with more love, more courage, more wonder. Because if you're destined to walk this path again, wouldn't you want to leave more light behind? There is no final chapter, only another beginning. Time is not a line. It is a loop, and it has brought you here. Again, echoes and rebirth, nothing truly ends. Not light, not sound, not you. Everything we are, everything we feel, leaves a trace, a whisper in the fabric of time, an echo. When a star dies, its light still travels, for centuries, across galaxies. Long after it's gone, its glow continues, as if the universe refuses to forget. And maybe, just maybe, so do we. Your voice, your laughter, the way you loved someone. It echoes, in minds, in memories, in atoms that pass from body to body, from age to age. You are never fully gone. You are passed forward, like starlight. And just as the stars collapse and return, so do we. Rebirth is not fantasy. It's nature. A tree falls, its roots rot, and from that death, 1,000 new seeds awaken. A heart breaks, and from that, pain. A new song is born. The end is never the end. It is the silence before a new beginning, a breath before the next name. Maybe you will return, maybe not as you are, but as wind, as ink, as a story someone tells beneath starlight. And maybe, this life you live right now, you've lived it before, not in the same body, not with the same name, but the same light carried forward. The universe forgets nothing. It reuses, rewrites, rebirths. And so the final truth is this: you are not one story. You are an infinite song, played across lifetimes, echoing in the hearts of strangers who somehow feel familiar. So be kind, be brave, Be gentle with the time you are given. Because in some distant tomorrow, when a soul sits quietly beneath another sky, they might feel a sudden warmth, a flicker of knowing, and they will not realize it. But it was you. An echo, a light, a rebirth. You were never lost. You are simply becoming, again. When the stars go out and the clocks stop ticking, will your story echo across the dark? Or will someone somewhere light a candle and begin time again?